Hello and welcome to this new Genius Shield update. In this video, we'll cover the following topics. We'll talk about the recent open sourcing of the Atlas framework, the latest development update on the DEX application, new token being supported in the staking vault platform, and the retiring of a couple of our gens pools. So overall, a number of exciting updates to cover. So let's jump right in. So let's begin with Atlas. Genius Shield has recently achieved a big milestone when it open sourced to the public its Atlas framework. If you've watched some of our previous videos, we used to refer to it as the Genius Shield tab, and has now been renamed to Atlas. Atlas is our in-house built Atlas Plutus application backend. It is a library that really allows us to make it easier to build transactions and execute smart contracts. It provides an intuitive API to abstract away the complexity that comes with building transactions, balancing UTXOs, but also interfacing with Plutus smart contracts. In addition, it supports all the Vasil features such as reference inputs, reference scripts, and inline datum. Genius Shield also decided to construct this framework in Haskell as opposed to any other language. And that is to benefit from some of the key powers of Haskell, such as its security and its functional programming paradigm. It also allows us to leverage some of the native primitives that we can get from Plutus and the Cardano node directly, since they are themselves written in Haskell. And it allows us to really streamline and create an efficient interface between the on-chain and the off-chain code. Atlas has been built under the leadership of our CTO, Dr. Lars Brunion, and we've in collaboration as well with WealthType, M Labs, and Planck. These organizations have been working with Genius Shield on and off for the past couple of years and have had large contribution to the Atlas framework. So we're very proud and happy to open source this mature framework that we've kind of built over the months. We really think that this is a large contribution to the developer community at large. It will help making and building dApps on Cardano easier. By abstracting away the complexity, it really lowers the barrier to entry for developers to interface with Plutus smart contracts. It also accelerates the adoption of the Cardano blockchain at large by providing this kind of shared infrastructure and setting standards. So we invite all the developers built on Cardano to check out the Atlas repo and test out the framework. We've put a lot of effort in also providing good documentations and examples showing you how to best use the platform and how to build your application efficiently on top of it. And in addition, this is also a key milestone for the DEX itself, as Atlas is really the backbone of the DEX and all the interactions that happens with all our smart contract, but as well with the Genius Shield platform at large. Atlas is used all across our application, from our token sale launchpad to our staking vaults and also our DEX, obviously. So test it out, and we're very excited to release this platform to the public for everyone to benefit from it. Next, let's talk about the DEX. So our dev team has continued to make large strides towards the completion of our order book-based DEX, which also supports concentrated liquidity pools. And we expect to release the DEX in the next couple of months. More precisely, we've been doing a lot of work on our front-end implementation and integrating that front-end with our application backend, as well as our Haskell backend, which is heavily based and built on top of our Atlas framework. We've also made some large upgrade to our backend architecture in order to improve its scalability and reduce the complexity across our application. Since we're using a lot of the same backend infrastructure across all applications, from the token sale, launchpad, to the staking vault, to the DEX, we've put a lot of work in finding the best way to generalize our pipeline and make our system more flexible in order to support all our current applications, but also our future use cases. Accordingly, we've decided to adopt a more event-driven architecture, and I've had to also improve and update our data storage system accordingly. Regarding smart contracts, so all our basic smart contracts have been completed and audited. These are the smart contracts that are needed for placing orders and managing and placing concentrated liquidity positions. But in the meantime, we're also continuing to do R&D in developing new smart contracts for the DEX in order to support what we call dynamic orders. And so these are more advanced order types that will give you more advanced features on the DEX, similar to what you would find in traditional finance and centralized exchange. And so overall, all these pieces are coming nicely together and are being integrated and eventually also testing end to end. We are going to be working also in the next coming months or so to release a public demo of the DEX in order to demonstrate to the public some of the user experience you can expect when using our DEX live. So stay tuned for updates coming up soon. And now for some updates regarding the Staking Vault platform. So Genius Yield recently partnered with Endmaker, a top NFT minting platform on Cardano, in order to support the staking of their token into the Genius Yield platform. So concretely, that means that on top of being able to stake Gens token, you now are able to stake Endmaker token onto a staking vault and earn yield on them. This is the first of many more partnerships that will come in the next weeks and months. So stay tuned for more project tokens to start being supported onto our staking vaults. Check out our social media for further announcements. Our dev team has also been working towards incorporating flexible staking into our platform. This is a highly anticipated and asked feature that allows users to stake their token with zero locking period and allowing them to claim their reward instantly as soon as they become available. In other news, regarding the minting of the GENSX NFT, the minting will end soon on April 19th. So if you did participate in the GENSX ISPO and have not minted your NFT, please do so before April 19th. Lastly, let's talk about the Gens staking pools. So we have now retired 3 of the 4 Gens pools. And so we ask that if you are still staking to one of those 3 pools, Gens 2, Gens 3, and GENSX, then please unstake right away, as you will not earn any ADA rewards or any tokens anymore. And we invite you to move your delegation to another single pool operator. As you know, in a proof of stake blockchain such as Cardano, the resilience and security of the blockchain itself is dependent on the decentralization of the stake pool operators. And so a great way to maintain decentralization of the network is to delegate to a single pool operator. So that concludes the updates for today. If you want to keep an even closer eye on our day-to-day progress at Genius Yield, I recommend that you check us out on our social medias, especially Twitter. Our team puts a lot of efforts in generating regular announcements and reports on everything that's going on at Genius Yield. Thank you again for listening, and have a wonderful day, and talk to you next time. Bye.